Hey people, it's Mark from Vintage Audio Nagoya, and today we've got the EC-10 Professional Echo EC-10 Echo Chamber. Those of you in the know that this is the premier EC-10, which is the precursor to the Space Echo. Very similar in size. I think it's one of the most beautiful echo machines out there, very elegant in its layout. A couple of neat features on it. We'll get into those here in just a second. So let's turn it on here. And amp's already on. That's nothing. And we got a foot switch control. So we'll start here. Well, here's 0. And 0 is no echo. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 almost sounds like a spring reverb sound to it. 6 also. 7. 8, 9, 10, 'Like the Spinal Tap equipment, this one goes up to 11, and then back to nothing, and then back around. Kind of neat that you can go around with this knob. You don't have to go back from 11 all the way back to 1. You can just keep going in circles as long as you want to. So, that's our guitar sound, instrument sound. There are 2 instrument inputs as well as a vocal amp input. Now let's get onto the mic here. And here's mic volume independent. Got high-low input, 2 mic volume controls, and we are on number 1. Again, a little bit of a spring reverb sound to it. 2. Now we can adjust the time of the echo. 1. Hello. 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 And the echo effect. It's known as how much echo effect you want, and echo depth. Echo depth. No, basically down to nothing, and then a little bit more. So a fair amount of control with the unit. So as you can see, everything's working on it. I'll get a close up here, and you can get a good close up look at it. I'll pull the cover off. You can see inside of it, and get a real feel for what you're thinking about bringing into your home. Okay, we're back with a close-up look at it, and as I mentioned before, I think it's one of the most beautiful machines out there. Very elegant look to it. The EC-10 lit up, looks real nice at night. I've got a lot of lights on it right now so we can see it. It's dark over here in Japan at the moment, so getting some glare off of it too. Well, anyway, let's get to it. We are at 0 at the moment, and I've switched mic inputs here just so you can see that both mic inputs are working fine. There's 10. We'll keep this about 7 or so. Maybe turn the amp up just a little bit. Okay, we're at 0, which is no effect. 1. I'm going to keep everything in the middle just so you get a feel for what it's like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of a spring reverb sound. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Back to nothing. 1, 2, 3. Change the time. 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5. So there's a lot of variation here. You may not notice a lot in those individual ones, but you make adjustments as you go around, and you can get a lot of different sounds out of each spot. So let's take a look inside of it. We'll pull this cover off. Very well built, solid wood, the gold accents. It's just a beautiful machine in every way, I think. And let's take a look inside. You've got storage in the back for your cord and a foot pedal if you have one, and a diagram of how the tape goes. I'll show you this in just a second, but this is how you select your voltage for around the country. There's a circuit protector, circuit breaker in there. Very, very beautiful machine, I think. So let me just pause this for a second, and I want to point out a couple of things to you here. Personally, EC-10 is one of my favorite Japanese pieces of equipment. I've got this old EC-10 rhythm machine, a bunch of EC-10 amps. I really like them. I think they're a good quality company. But let me pause this. I'll be right back. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, this can be used just about any voltage that the world offers. And here's the way it's done. It's difficult for me to hold this flashlight and show you at the same time, but you can see down in there there's all kinds of different voltage options. I'm going to turn that flashlight off. And then you just take this cap, which has these prongs on it, and whatever is showing through that notch is what voltage it's going to be set at. It's an ingenious system. So I'm going to put it back on 100 volt. And then I want to show you one issue with the thing, because I always want to disclose as accurately as I possibly can. For long-term storage, this is designed to be moved over this arm and then tightened down. And the reason for that is it doesn't have the pinch roller resting against the motor for extended periods of time. Now, unfortunately, whoever owned this prior to me didn't do that. So there's a little bit of a divot in this pinch roller right there. You'll see it. And as it goes around, you can see a little bit of a reaction when that point hits. And if you listen closely, you can hear it somewhat. I mean, it's barely audible, but again, I don't want any disappointments. Functions fine, plays fine. Ideally, one would probably replace that pinch roller if you were going to try to do some high-end recording with it. But to just enjoy yourself with it, it functions just fine the way it is. Let's get a couple, as long as I'm holding this thing up, we'll give you a quick look around it. I'm going to shut it off briefly, just so I can unplug those cables. And we'll tilt it up and you can take a look at the bottom. I think I've got some pretty detailed pictures, but just to give you another look at it. I'm not sure about that line out. It's a pretty massive unit there, but you can just use the typical RC or quarter-inch plug line outs. That's what I've always done with it. Okay, this has gotten to be a long video, but again, I want you to really know what you're bidding on, and this is a real beautiful unit in my opinion. I think whoever does purchase this is going to be real happy with it. I've certainly enjoyed it and gotten a lot of compliments with it. I took it out and played with it. I did a show with it, a one-man singer-songwriter show about a year ago, and people were more interested in that than they were in the songs I was singing, which is kind of a bummer for me, but I've managed to put it behind me and persevere. Thanks for watching. Check out other videos and other offerings from Vintage Audio Nagoya. Thanks. Have a good day.